Hello humans, I'm the Recruiting Maven and welcome back to my channel. Today I'll provide you with 9 interview mistakes you'll want to avoid during an interview. I think we all know the basic do's and don'ts of interviewing, but let's be real. When you're actually in the hot seat, those nerves can kick in, and suddenly it feels like your mind has decided to take a quick vacation. I mean, I get it because that's happened to me as well. Yes, even recruiters have those moments. In today's job market where things are getting pretty competitive with all of the layoffs happening, stress is almost like an uninvited guest in our lives. But here's the deal. Understanding this and making sure you're well prepared is key. I would suggest that you watch this video before your next interview. Trust me, it can work wonders in boosting your confidence and making you feel more at ease, especially when that stress starts knocking at your door. Quick tip most candidates don't know and recruiters will not tell you, and that is that a recruiter will know within the first few questions if you will be moving on to the next round of interviews or not. So again, make sure you review these tips prior to your interview so that you feel comfortable and confident. Tip number 1, try not to be fashionably late. Being on time translates into you being serious about the job. If your interview is set as an online interview, occasionally there will be issues with technology for sure. The ones I consistently see are Wi-Fi connectivity issues. And if that's the case, just text or call the recruiter telling them just that. I'm always happy to accommodate a candidate when there are issues that can't be controlled. Typically, I'll send a link to reschedule, and I think most recruiters would do the same. Try not to worry, just communicate your situation and simply ask for help. Tip number 2, not doing your homework. This is a pet peeve of mine. Interviewing someone that has no clue about the company that they're interviewing with, honestly, that's just a bad look. That tells me, or the recruiter, you're just not interested in the job. Why would you interview for a company that you know literally nothing about? Essentially, it's like getting into your car and driving without knowing the destination. Don't leave your chances of getting hired to luck. Do your homework. Also, check out the company so you have more to chat about than just the free coffee. I mean, I get it. Maybe you just need a job. If that's the case, do your homework anyway. Tip number 3, dressing like you're in a movie. Don't overdo it or underdo it. Find that sweet spot between I'm here to impress you and I'm one of you. I once had a candidate show up for a final interview wearing a super cute outfit, but it just wasn't good for the interview. It was more for a barbecue. Yeah, that really happened. I did a full video on this and I will link it in the description box below for you to check out. I will say that the hiring manager was not at all happy. Tip number 4, awkward body language. If you slouch or fidget, it's like telling the interviewer, I'd rather be somewhere else, like a barbecue. Sit up straight, make eye contact, and show you're in the game. Number 5, rambling or going mute. Think of it as a conversation, not a monologue or silent movie. Share enough, but don't turn it into a TED Talk or a Twitter post. The key here is to answer the questions in a simple and clear fashion. Then wait to see if the interviewer wants more information. And then if so, add more details surrounding your answer. Tip number 6, trash talking past employers. Keep the venting for happy hour with your friends. Focus on the positives like the skills that you've learned along the way. And I'm sure we can all agree that no job is perfect, but those details do not need to be aired out during an interview. And most people tend to believe that if you speak negatively about your previous employer, you might do the same when it comes to their company. I think that's just human nature. Tip number 7, not asking anything. Think of it as a first date. You wouldn't just sit there and not ask them any questions, right? Ask about the things you care about the most in relation to the job itself. Not the amount of PTO available or healthcare benefits. It's just not the time and place for that. Again, I would recommend that you ask the recruiter for those details. Tip number 8, money talk overload. Who doesn't like a good paycheck? Just don't make it all about the salary. Here, I would recommend for you to talk to the recruiter about this detail and not your potential manager, because that conversation really should be focused on the job itself. If the salary is not in alignment with your expectations, just tell the recruiter exactly that. Then I would suggest for you to inquire about potential concessions, whether it's regarding benefits, working remotely, or an increase in your commission. You never know until you ask. And keep in mind that if the company is not willing to negotiate with you on any of these points, you're not obligated to interview. Tip number 9, getting too casual with your words. Save the slang and fancy words for your buddies or Shakespeare. Keep it professional during the interview, because that's telling how you'll treat customers and coworkers. I've had many candidates that decided to curse during the interview, and the issue here is that even if you do have great qualifications, the interviewer, whether that's the recruiter or your potential manager, would be concerned if you would speak to customers or clients in the same way. If you're here until the end, do check out the Recruiting Maven website, which is linked in the description box below, for additional resources like AI prompt guides that help you to improve your resume using targeted ChatGPT prompts, as well as the Job Hunting Journal, which is a book that I recently published that addresses a very important topic, which is the emotional side of a job loss. It was created specifically to help you cope after a layoff or during a career transition. I developed this methodology as I have been a contractor for many years now, and I'm always coming and going from one contract to another. For me, it helped me to cope with my anxiety, and it brought a sense of normalcy as well as accomplishment. Again, do check out the Recruiting Maven website for additional resources. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Take care and have a lovely rest of your day.